Books. Marcus Belassie has this here book. It's called Debris. And it has no, you don't know it's Marcus, but if you were to buy this book off Marcus, he will then sign his name, and then you'll get the name of the poet and an autograph at the same time. The intriguing bit about this, you get all these free little stickery things. As you can see, it is hand-bound, punctured by a nail, threaded through, and if you go into the book, you will find that they're all cut out and stuck in from type. So it's very much a Blakean book, and really touches my heart. When I started writing, I was telling Marcus that I had a great idea of doing poetry and sound together, and I hadn't done CDs to go with books or anything like that. And I was a poor old soldier, so what I did is I got 50 tapes, because I had 50 books, and I read individually into each tape for 90 minutes to get the idea of, and I get the tapes available. You also got a free packet of cabbage seed with my books. You haven't done that in the past? No cabbage seed? And people grew the cabbage seeds. And the reason why you got free cabbage seeds was that it was called Cabbage Plants and Weeds. Oh no. Because when I was small, my dad said, will you weed the cabbage plants for me? And I didn't know the difference between the cabbage plant and the weeds, and I took out everything. I decimated it. And I was going great guns, and I thought, hey, I'll do next door neighbours. And I learned the hard way that cabbage plants are nuts. Oh no. So, this is Marcus's lovely book. That was just to show you that. Our other book. This little thing here is 2020. National Poetry Day is coming up. This is going to be in Waterstones, and we're going to do a little tiny gig in Waterstones. A little thing that sat in our fridge for the last 10 years. It's a Matisse, the little cutouts, but it's a magnetised one. So it's stuck on the fridge. This is from Malta, the evil eye, warding off all the bad things. And that became its little head. It's now dead. The evil eye couldn't protect itself, fell off the fridge and broke. So this poor little gig. So this is the... Right, this here is my book, Gerry Sweeney's Mammy. I'm going to be reading it in Jersey Opera House of all things. So I thought I'd give it another go. This is called So Pricketh Hem Nature in Her Courageous. There's different ways of doing things. You can get something out of a negative. Now, do you know Edna St. Vincent Millay? Do you? Yeah? So in 1912 she entered a poetry competition. Right? And she didn't win it. And she thought she'd win it. And everybody thought she'd win it. And the person who won it, we have no idea the person who won it. But there was such an uproar that she should have won, and she didn't. That the poem became famous as the, oh, that's the poem that didn't win the competition. So that's a negative way to come into a positive thing. This is my way. I'm highly dyslexic, by the way. So this was my way of dealing with dyslexia, was to read and read and read and read like mad until I forced myself into some sort of knowledge of reading. So pricketh hem nature in her courageous, which means nature just makes you do what you gotta do, kid, whether you be a bee, a bird, or whatever. Never did help my dad enough. Always head stuck in a book. Dónall, son, he'd call, can you hold this while I saw? Ah, died well. Me lost in Chaucer and his tale. And so the saw saws, but all I hear is, yo, the miller was a chap of 16 stone, a great big fellow, brawn and brawn. The saw cuts through the afternoon, pauses, then Chaucer's on again. He did well out of him, for he could go among the ram at any wrestling show. Say what? Oh, don't get me wrong, I adore the aesthetic beauty of sawdust floating in a universe of its own, suspended in sunlight and shadow. The smell of pine kidnapping my mind. The green dance of the bubble in a spirit level. Didn't have time for all that hammering and sawing. I was a boy on a mission ever since our teacher's sighing, oh, I don't know why I teach you scruff Chaucer. You'll never read the book. But by the weekend, furious at the rebuff, I had. My poor old dad only getting begrudging help. Juan the Lapro the words falling like gentle rain upon my mind. But as sure as sota, the drought of March, words, words, oh sweet words, had parsed to the rota. My mind bathed every vine in switch liqueur, the bubble in the spirit level, poised perfectly, perfectly poised, of which virtue, which is the flow. Thank you. Here is the smell of purple. And it goes something like this. She says she can smell yellow. She says she can smell blue, despite not being able to spell either colour. Yellow smells the same as blue, like a wet kitty drying by the fire. Red smells like Mammy when she kisses. Her kisses smell different when she kisses you. Then she smells like flames with little orange tips. Purple is my favourite smell. It smells just like a magic spell. I kiss her goodnight, like violets, only lighter, with little flecks of purple scattered here and there. This is called a man's mind. If you fall off that wall and break both your legs, don't come running to me. Could never understand me man's mind and how it worked. One moment she had half a mind to come up there and get me off that wall. Then she was in two minds about whether to tell me to stop. Go ahead and kill yourself. See if I care. I'm warning you, child. If you fall off that wall and kill yourself, I'll personally come up there and murder you myself, so I will. I used to watch the words climbing out of her mouth and fly around the room looking for a place to land in my mind. Never cared whether she gave out. I just loved everything she said, the music of her and how she made the words behave. I came down and kissed her worry away. I'm sorry, ma'am, I told her, and she cried. Right, enough of me. No, enough.